We are calling this meeting to order. Thank you all for coming. First order of business is the previous minutes. I'm going to give you a chance to give those a look. We are calling this meeting to order. Thank you all for coming. Oh, is it? Oh, I was wondering about that. If there's anything that would.
5-minute delay.
They were fine.
Okay. Maybe y'all want to sign them and give them to Jennifer. They will be on record. Okay, next order of business, preferential primary county reimbursement request.
So, Max, that document in front of you is to be reimbursed for attending, commissioner training. So if you'll just sign that, I can get that submitted so that we can get you reimbursed for attending that. And then, you've got documents to show the total amount that I'll be requesting from the state, which is $204,908.13. So this shows offsite coworker pay, election day pay, extra help, mileage, commissioner pay, supply costs, programming, ballot printing, all of those different things. And then, of course, when I submit the document, I'll have all the receipts to prove.
Oh, yeah.
To be the one that you'll sign.
Oh, that,
Yes. I do have one, kind of discrepancy in what I'm requesting and what the state, says we can request, and that has to do with overtime pay. So overtime pay is our poll workers work 40 hours in a week. Anything after 40 hours, you get paid overtime. That's federal law. The way they have this written up is poll workers had to have worked 89 hours. And then anything over 89 hours is overtime. I am submitting it with the federal guidelines of 40 hours. And then they'll come back to me and say, well, we're not gonna, they'll most likely come back and say, we may not reimburse this, and then we'll go back and forth this.
haggle.
Yes.
Little negotiation.
So, but I went ahead and did it how we actually paid our poll workers.
Yeah.
We paid them anything over 40 hours. We paid them overtime.
Why is there a discrepancy to the state law versus the federal?
No, I think it has more to do with the fact that most poll workers are considered contract labor.
Right.
So contract labor doesn't necessarily take into.
Most poll workers are considered contract labor
Mhm,
by most counties.
mhm.
That's surprising.
Yes, but our poll workers are treated as seasonal,
Mhm.
or seasonal employees of the county. So they're subject to county rules. And so
Sure.
we'll see what happens.
Yeah, interesting that other counties classify them that way.
Mhm, yeah,
Yeah, fascinating, but yeah, anyway. Yeah,
but, so this includes then everything that I could
Okay.
find receipts for and charge for and
Good.
everything. So, yeah. So.
So you want us to go ahead and sign it?
Yes. And then, like I said, they'll come back and say, well, we're not gonna pay for this or that, and then I'll go back and refile why I think it should be paid.
Okay.
But maybe not, maybe they'll
Yeah, they might.
pay it all.
Different administration, different.
We still, I think you will, I mean, once again, our poll workers are paid at $14 an hour, and they only reimburse us for $11 an hour. I think that that's across the state, that a lot of counties are paying more than $11. So I think that we should push
Yeah, I agree.
the state to reimburse at a
Sure.
higher rate, than the $11 an hour.
Most counties probably can't absorb that, can they?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, depending on
Mhm.
what the overage is, but, yeah, I think push for it.
Yeah, so I think that's worthy of a
Mhm.
request to be made, as well.
I agree. All right, Jim, you wanna
Yeah, so
put your John Hughes back
Yeah,
on the
we'll
bottom
take
of that?
pictures on that, and then I will scan and send that to the state. Last in 2022, I asked for a reimbursement of a little over 170,000. So this
I was
year
wondering about
is
that.
$30,000 more. It has to do with the extended early vote
Mhm.
sites, and then of course, we have more poll workers work this election in preparation for the general election.
Okay, I bet she'll be glad to get that off your plate.
Yes, that's always making sure you have the receipts and the
Yeah.
documentation and everything like that. So yeah, so you don't get questions about that.
Yeah. Well, okay, on to Washington County. I voted. Where
Okay. So I saw that there are counties across the United States that do I voted sticker contests. And it looked like a lot of fun. And so I thought, well, why not us?
Yeah.
And so we're a little behind the game in doing it. Most of the counties that I've seen did it early on in the year. But I do think we have enough time to be able to roll out a program. We may not get a lot of involvement because we are a little bit behind, and we'll have to work through the library system and just on, Facebook and just word of mouth.
Mm,
But I do think we have enough time to go forward with an I voted sticker contest. And surprisingly, when Deborah, who's our absolute,
mhm.
she came up here for a conference 2 weeks ago. And she brought in these stickers that
Okay.
were 2-inch stickers,
Yeah.
and that they were customized. She did one for every county. And I said, we're wanting to do this. Can you do this for us?
Yeah.
And so she can do 50,000 stickers for us for $840, which is $400 more than if I ordered just
Regular,
these.
yeah.
I voted stickers. But I do think it's,
How much is it per sticker more?
well,
Like a cent, fraction of a cent?
about double. So if these are like, I think 3 cents a piece, then these would be 6 cents a piece. So the question is it money well spent? I mean, everyone loves the I voted.
It's
stickers.
$800 some
For
total.
50,000, yeah.
I mean, my opinion, I think it's great, the engagement you get from the project process and all of it. I think it's money well spent.
I don't like those stickers, I'll just tell you.
Well,
I agree with.
They're so
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Who's gonna be the judge at the contest?
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's part of the trying to figure out how to do it. Okay. So it starts with the ages. What age do we want? I settled at ages 6 to 14. If we're working through the libraries, all of this is subject to adjustment. Some counties have done ages or kindergarten through seniors in high school. I feel like you get a big discrepancy
Yeah.
between what the stickers look like. But this is all up to us on what we want to do for the age groups. I figure through the library system, ages 6 to 14 is, a good gauge of students who actually are utilizing the library during the summer. I mean, I could be wrong. We could always go up to age 18. And then who judges? So the most common thing that I've seen is you get all the submissions in, and then you have a panel that selects the top 5, and then you can put it for a public vote, or then the commission
yeah.
could vote, or
That's a good
something along those lines.
Getting more engagement.
So
That's true.
I was thinking that, if we do our deadline at August 6th, then that would give us time to narrow it down to the top 5 that we liked.
Or the top 3.
Or, yeah, however, that's,
Depends on how many submissions.
Right,
Because we want
right.
to make sure they're good choices.
Yeah.
That we would merit.
Yeah, good point.
so, and then we can make that announcement, and then I thought to coincide with the ballot draw for the candidates, we could, because Debbie is so good, she can actually program our express vote to show the images. And then we could actually vote on the express vote, and then we could invite the candidates to vote. We could open it up to the public to come in and vote. And then we could announce the winner at our meeting for the ballot approval
Mm.
of the candidate. Was kind of the timeline I thought about doing.
Yeah, I like it. I think my only question or thought is, should we have the voting be an online voting thing to drive engagement to the website and drive additional people to get
Good
involved?
question.
Or in combination with, I like the voting on the express vote,
Right.
but to try to
Yeah,
get some online action.
yeah,
And we can do that. I can check with IT about trying to set up a voting thing.
Mhm.
I looked at, is it called Survey Monkey? To be
Oh,
able
yeah.
to do, but in order to upload images, normally it's a free survey, but if I upload images, then there's a cost to do it, so it's not free
right.
anymore. But I can definitely work with IT to see if there's a way for them to do an
Mhm.
online voting mechanism. Or they could Facebook, you can do polls and
Mhm.
such through Facebook.
Oh, that's right.
And we can engage it that way.
I bet they can set it up on the website.
Yeah,
I bet they
Yeah,
can do it pretty
yeah,
easily. But otherwise, I think the whole thing is a great idea.
I do too.
I think it's a really good way to get some civic engagement,
Yeah.
so.
okay.
Is the library, I mean, I have to admit, I haven't been to the library. Are they good with this? So it's all,
So I'm working with the libraries right now.
okay.
There's a new, community director at the Fayetteville Library, so I've got a little bit of communication with her. And then I talked to the Lincoln Library the other day, so basically, we would have all of this prepared for the libraries to just have, and we have all the old-fashioned metal boxes, ballot
Oh,
boxes.
right.
That we can label and leave them there at the library so that they can
Vote.
pick it up, they can fill it out, they can bring it back.
Okay.
And then they can mail it in to us here, they can drop it by at the county clerk's office. Just kind of different ways for them to submit it.
Mhm.
And so, but yeah, and when I was talking to the Fayetteville Library, it would be fun to coordinate with the libraries. I know they probably already have their summer programs in place, but we can do a little election at the library too, in the sense that, vote for your favorite author or things like that. If we wanted to go and take an express vote and let the students want to come in and vote for a day sometime during the summer.
Yeah.
And so I thought that would be a way for us to kind of engage with the libraries as well.
Only thing I might say also, I made a comment earlier, I might suggest the top 3 finalists.
Okay.
instead of Top 5,
Yeah,
just to make sure we get enough entries and we feel comfortable and give out picking 3 or 5 selections to the public to vote on.
now, one question would be, is the winner going to be recognized? Is their artwork going to be recognized on the sticker?
So I haven't seen the stickers actually have the recognition of the student, but then they're recognized through all of our marketing, obviously the media and that type of thing. One of the counties that I saw, when they did it, they had a T-shirt made, for the student with the winning drawing on it. There will be a parental consent form that needs to be signed,
Right.
that needs to be signed saying that we own the rights
Yes.
to the image, to be able to use the
Yes.
image and all of that. So, but yes, they would certainly be recognized. And this, if we, announce or allow voting on the day of the ballot draw,
Mhm.
those students would be invited, or, we'd reach out and invite the 3 finalists to it. And then, of course, on the 28th, when we announce that type of thing. So, yeah. So.
I think it's a great idea. I am sorry that it's not going to be during school time. But
So-
is there a way we can acknowledge the winners or the three finalists or something in the beginning of the school year?
So we had initially tried to look at doing it during the school year. School starts August the 12th. But some of the school districts don't start until August the 20th. And that kept pushing our
Right.
deadline further and further down.
Yeah.
To get them printed, and then also just the different tasks that we're busy doing.
Right.
That doing it in August ties in nicely with before we are.
Okay,
opening
so
up.
it's a good
everything.
time to do it.
Yeah,
Okay.
and with the different start dates of the schools, like especially with Fayetteville, I mean, that's a big chunk of our students in Washington County, not starting until a week later from like Elkins and Farmington and different schools like that. It kind of makes that timeline really tight for them to have it and then submit it to us. But we definitely can turn all of this into the schools for their summer programs because a lot of the schools will have summer programs where the students come for lunch and different things like that. And so we can, possibly coordinate with the school districts for those students.
Yeah.
Can we put under artwork, it must be original, no AI?
Yes, that was, that was one thing we noticed. Some counties allowed for like, digital. And so we wanted to make it where it's original artwork. We can put non-digital or something or
What do
AI.
you mean by non-digital?
So they would go on Canva and create something.
That to me, that's digital, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right, but that's what we're saying. We want them
Yeah.
to hand draw it
Oh,
and not,
okay, oh,
yeah,
you can't use Canva,
right.
oh, I see, okay.
Yeah.
So maybe hand drawn,
Okay,
maybe, I mean, that is pretty specific, hand drawn.
this is. This is the winner in, see, like some of this, you can tell is like done through Canva.
Sure.
But then if you look
Yeah.
at this one,
Yeah.
this one is hand
Yeah.
drawn. Trying to find the one that was the winner, New York. This one in, a county in, I think it's New York, but that was like the winning one. So, and that's what people voted on.
Sure,
Yeah.
that's
The
great.
only
Yeah.
criteria
That's
is that
great.
it has to say, I voted
Okay,
on
Yeah,
it.
okay.
yeah,
It can't be political in nature or anything like that.
Right.
I saw one that, as you were going through there, that was the Statue of Liberty.
Okay, so that actually is her grandson.
Is that right?
Through that
Wow.
one, yeah. So,
years old.
Well, that is.
yeah, so he had drawn this even before when we were just talking about this. And she had
Wow.
put this on Facebook and I said, he said I voted on that. So, yeah, so
You say he's 5?
he's 6 now, but he was 5.
Wow,
Yeah, so
good for him.
Maybe just explain the.
the
you know,
hand, yeah,
Non-digital.
Yeah.
Cause somebody could use a paintbrush or something.
Mm,
Anyway, I don't know,
mm.
yeah, but it's all by hand, I guess.
well, and it has to be on, if you'll notice, our